Welcome to another episode of 10K TV presented by 10,000 Takes. I'm your host, Adam Osdrin, always by my co-host, Kevin Olm, and producer Dustin Luco, where we cover all things NFC North, with Kevin backing the Packers, Dustin supporting the Bears, and myself, of course, riding with the Vikings. Kevin, we are in the brand new studio for the first time.
Yeah, it feels like the first day of school a little bit. You know, like this is the first episode where we have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And also,
I don't like it. You're not looking at me.
We're in a brand new space. Yeah, it is a little, since we're in the streaming area and not the podcast area, because you're still getting up and running. But yeah, I guess here I'll pivot so I can stare at you.
Because you're talking to me, but you're just like staring through the wall.
I'm looking at the TV right now where we're watching Jason Kelce eat a Chicago-style hot dog a minute ago.
Yeah, so we are doing this episode a little different because of the Vikings playing on Monday night. That obviously throws a little bit of a unique wrinkle.
Yeah.
Because normally we'd be going through the full recap of the Vikings game, the Packers game, the Bears game. Well, the Vikings are playing the Bears, as you know, tonight. We will be sitting right here, live streaming the game. Before we get to that, we will touch some news. We thought we have a thing, if you listened last week, we do a thing called Hammered Heartbreak, which... What we have for every time the Vikings play the Packers, the Vikings play the Bears, the Packers play the Bears, we do a 3 shots on the line. So the loser of whoever's team you support, you have to rip 3 shots at the top of the show, and then...
And tell the people what you have to rip here.
So this what we have is a Scatterbrain Crocodile Tears Spicy Pickle Flavored Whiskey. It's horrendous. We tried it last.
Not recommend.
We tried it last week, and that's the whole
Honestly,
thing.
I feel like you guys would be a little dramatic.
It's a punishment. It's very dilly, very dill forward, and it's not very whiskey forward at all. And so I don't know. It's interesting. We will be deciding to all do one because we're gonna have to delay the Hammered Heartbreak because we will be time traveling and recapping the game. So you'll see it'll be a little different, or listening to it be a little different, a little jumbled up.
There's a big difference between ripping 3 shots and then talking about football for 2 hours, and ripping 3 shots and talking about football for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and
you
then
don't really,
going
you don't
home.
really give the alcohol time to settle in and get some
No, it's frowned
spicy
upon.
takes.
Yeah, in certain municipalities.
We don't. It looks like according to chat, Darisaw is out tonight. Ooh, that's a bummer.
That does suck.
Okay, but Jalen Johnson's out there too for the Bears. Okay, so
I'll pour my shot.
yeah, so
here.
Kevin's gonna pour while that's happening. Just a little precursor of what the format's going to be. We're going to talk about news here in a second. There was a signing for receiver in our division, and then we have and then we have a week 1 recap. It kind of got buried a little bit because it was right on the eve of stuff.
Well, I don't even know who you're talking about,
Adam.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to be pouring here. Kevin, what else is happening here on the show then?
I mean, my team is the best team in football right now, but I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. So we will then be going into the week 1 recap where we will talk about, if you're listening to this, it's going to be the Vikings-Bears game first. But for this live version, we will be talking about the Lions-Packers game. And then we're going to go to our awards, which we'll get to. We do a weekly award, and then we're going to preview week 2. So with that, let's rip this crocodile tears. So here we go.
Boys.
Cheers to hopefully a win tonight.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. That's extra dilly.
I feel like it got dillier since last week.
It's settling.
Yeah, this is gonna be like the barbecue whiskey we did, where it just keeps getting a little worse and worse.
I took way more than I probably should have. Okay.
Yeah.
I
took way more.
All right, there was some news here. The Lions signed receiver Jameson Williams to a 3-year, $83 million extension. Seems like an overpay.
No, it does, especially in light of the game that we'll get to and
with how
impact he may
their
or may
offense
not have
looks
had.
now. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have him on the surface when he's like electric, as soon as he touches the ball, he looks like the fastest man alive. Sure. But when he's only getting paid a few million a year less than Amon-Ra St. Brown, which, by the way, he wasn't really used. We'll get to John Morton. But it doesn't seem really earned, but whatever.
No, it kind of, I mean... I feel like we've seen kind of a string now of wide receivers getting that second deal.
Yeah.
And it like a bunch in a row that kind of make you go, I don't know, Jim. You know, like even like Scary Terry. It's like, I don't know. Is he a difference maker? Garrett Wilson, like these guys that are like known as good, but haven't ever been like elite producers.
It seems like this deal was made based off of his team putting together like a compilation of his plays and being like, "This is what you have."
Yeah.
Yep.
And they never just forget
great
about
work
all the
by
bad
his
things.
agent. Great work by the agent for him. But okay, with that, let's just let's get in. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Chicago, taking on the Bears. We're time traveling.
All right,
so
sweet.
We live people, we are going to be talking about that game, and you'll see us if you just tune in the same channels that you're seeing us now for the game in like about an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes. So the Lions traveled to Green Bay, taking on the Packers. Played at 3:25 on CBS, where the Packers won 27-13. And if I were to say that score wasn't indicative of, I feel like what it was. I think that's accurate.
That was an insane end of the game, garbage time, like heel tap touchdown.
Dan Campbell appears to be a coordinator merchant. I think the takeaway is initially.
I am choosing to look at this. I think two things can be true at the same time. I think that, number one, Dan Campbell can be a coordinator merchant.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell is a coordinator merchant.
Mm-hmm.
I have stood on that take pretty much the whole offseason that I think the Lions are going to have a decent amount of regression. And this is probably the worst we're going to see it this week, the first week of live fire, real bullets.
Kyler Gordon's out too.
Ooh, Dustin, you run out of corners.
You're running out of your secondary.
Because in the podcast we've already talked about this, but
we're finding out this live as we're going.
So two things: Dan Campbell can be a coordinator merchant, and the Packers can be a pretty good fucking football team. The Packers defense in particular, I was tremendously impressed with in this game. Micah Parsons, even though he did not play a full complement of snaps, was in there, I think, for 45%, I think I saw. And
so he got like 30 snaps.
He had like one in the first quarter. So I think he like played more as the game went on.
Can I ask why? Because he's been there. He was with the team for over a week at that point.
Well, and he plays in a couple different positions. He's not just like a lineup on the edge and straight rush against the tackle.
No, but he is. When he was with the Cowboys, he was on the field every play.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, is it the back?
I don't know if it's the back or if it's the scheme, and maybe it's a combination of both.
Okay.
I mean, there was a whole bunch of Adam Schefter nonsense during the week about he's going to have an epidural, which is not. I don't know if you know this. Adam Schefter, not a doctor, does not know what an epidural is.
And usually epidurals
for
pregnant
birth.
Pregnant women.
Yeah,
but he still had.
Micah Parsons not pregnant,
but he had an epidural.
First.
Didn't?
No, he didn't.
It wasn't called an epidural?
No.
Are we sure?
It's not. He didn't have one.
Okay.
So that was just kind of nonsense, if I'm being honest. But Micah Parsons is sick. The plays that he was in there for, he pressured Goff, where he ended up throwing an interception at the end of the half. He had a couple other like disruption plays that maybe he didn't get the sack, but he forced him off the spot and somebody else got him. And he had one sack that was like the coolest thing I've ever seen an edge rusher do in a Packers uniform, where he just hunted Goff.
Where he ran down a Jared Goff.
But the way that he popped out a pile of bodies.
Scrambling quarterback.
Yeah, Jared Goff, of course, the noted for his wheels.
But Micah Parsons, and I'm not saying Jared Goff is hard to catch because he's not.
Yeah,
but he hit like 19 miles an hour.
I see what
what
you're doing, and yes,
like that was sick.
I see what you're doing, but it's just funny when you look at the stat and you go, one tackle, one sack, one tackle for loss. That was it, and it was a garbage time chase down it was a coverage sack. Okay. That's what it was. He chased down
Parsons did not have a meaningful impact on the game. Is that what you're arguing now?
If you're looking at
a box score chaser,
I'm just looking at numbers. I'm just a guy stating numbers.
Just a guy stating numbers.
I'm just a guy stating numbers.
How could anyone take issue with
that? That's all I'm saying. Clearly, obviously, he has an impact, but wasn't a stat sheet stuffer.
And I think that, to a certain extent, it's going to develop because he's been in town for like 5 days.
He was over a week at that point.
Okay. 7, 8 days? How many days do you want to say?
8, 9 days.
So Micah Parsons is awesome. That was note number one.
Okay.
Here's one that you're going to like. Matt LaFleur still can't challenge anything.
No, I saw it. It was immediately
lost one.
It was immediate.
He he's
Amon-Ra made
0
a
for
sick
1.
sideline
Yeah.
catch.
He does that thing where and I texted you specifically
Watching
about
it
this.
live, I'm like, he caught that ball.
Yeah.
I'm like, not even like a fancy invested
yeah.
interest. I'm like, he just caught it.
And
Like,
then,
it
and
wasn't
then
even that.
And then they show the replay, and it's like, yeah, he did catch it.
Yeah.
And Matt LaFleur just throws these. That was close, and I wish it hadn't happened.
I don't want that to happen.
Challenges, and it's like, man, I really would rather he had not caught that.
Skull Vikings all the way from Los Angeles. Let's go.
Wow,
Nice.
that
Look
must
at
have been a tough offseason.
Hell yeah.
So Matt LaFleur can't challenge anything. Good to know that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, I thought, had a nice game. He had a really bad 2-play stretch.
Yeah.
Where he was like kind of improving.
He was
and
really wanting to throw an interception.
We got the vintage Jordan Love drunk play.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
no, so we got the Jordan Love drunk play on a scramble where he
Yeah.
then tried to slide.
Oh, and then he just
like,
completely ate it.
Just like exploded.
Yeah,
like
he
always
just
does.
he just ate it.
I think he doesn't wear long enough cleats. Like anytime he gets out in the open field and tries to cut, he just dies. I don't know what it is.
You'd hope that he would know what footwear to wear.
Yeah, but he also like he doesn't plant when he throws. You know, he's always fading away.
It's true.
So maybe that's a trend.
He watched horrendous footwork with Rodgers. He's like, I can get away with it.
can
It's
do
like
it.
you can't. No,
can do it. Well,
don't do that part.
But yeah, so we
One
had
of
the
the many
Jordan,
things
we had the
don't
Jordan Love drunk play. We also had a Jordan Love play where he just threw a cupcake to Anzalone.
Yeah.
And I think he it was a scramble drill. He thought Tucker Kraft was going to work up the sideline, and Tucker Kraft just sat down.
Yeah.
And Anzalone, I don't know how you don't.
It was one of those things like that's why you play defense.
Yeah, well, and it's one of
that's
those
why
things,
you're
though, where, like,
a white linebacker.
Yeah, sometimes you see it like hit the linebacker in the chest, and you're like, well, there was some mustard on that. I can understand why he didn't catch it. I mean, that was like. He like shot put it to him.
Yeah.
Like it was very, very catchable.
We don't get to say this often. It was one of those like we could have caught that ball moments.
100%.
And we're not athletic specimens by any means.
Oh, yes, we are.
But yeah, we like I saw him like how the and then the very next
We were
play
flag football champions in college.
that
yeah.
multi-time, yes.
And then the very next play, he throws an interception, which
Yeah.
was less of a gift. I mean, it was a good diving play by the DB. It was a bad
Branch,
decision.
yeah.
And Brian Branch gets up, returns it for a touchdown. It gets called back on defensive holding.
yeah.
Ooh, we got captain's patch delivery.
go.
Very nice. And it also, there were 2 penalties on the play.
Yeah.
There was the defensive holding before the interception, and then after the interception, Aiden O'Connell just decided to go out and block Jordan Love, even though he wasn't
Not
close
Aiden.
to the ball.
Not Aiden O'Connell.
It was Aiden O'Connell.
No, it was
Aiden O'Connell.
Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, not
actually,
Aiden O'Connell.
You know what?
What is he doing? That
Hand
the
up.
Pickadill got to you.
There's a lot of Aidens
The
in the
crocodile
league. You know,
tears.
Aiden O'Connell, Aiden Hutchinson, very similar guys.
Yes.
Like you could, like
Stature,
find the differences
size,
in
yeah,
this picture.
yeah,
It's the
very
same
much.
picture.
Athletic
No, so
ability.
Aiden Hutchinson goes out of his way to block Jordan Love, even though he's not close. Ooh, Amon Ra's doing the thing in the commercial.
But Jordan Love was actively running to like being in the play.
He was never going to get there.
okay, but he's still involved in
and
the play.
Aiden O'Connell,
no, stop it. Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson. You know what? Any Aiden is just Aiden O'Connell is not relevant
You
anymore.
sound like me trying to name coach.
So Aiden Hutchinson did not go block Jordan Love because he thought Jordan Love was going to make a play on the guy returning the interception. He went to go block Jordan Love to fuck up Jordan Love, right? Can we
duh.
agree?
Duh.
Like, but that's why the rule exists, is so that shit can't happen.
It
Well, it can. You just get penalized
exists.
for
It
it.
can
Yeah.
be an actual penalty, but we can also say it's a soft ass penalty. Like it is, just in general.
It can
Like,
be
it's-
soft and also
it wasn't
be
even
the
that
correct
bad
call.
of a hit. It wasn't even
and
like
if
a
it happens
terrible.
to your boy,
Okay,
your
straw man. Yes,
6
we
foot,
won't know that. We don't know.
You're 6 foot nothing, 180 pounds, soaking wet, like rookie.
I'm pretty sure McCarthy's like the same size as Jordan Love.
There's no way we could ever determine that.
Like he's like 6'3",
Someone get an
220.
encyclopedia.
Is he bigger than Aiden O'Connell? I'm doing it on purpose
He is.
now. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
So if that happened to your guy,
He's 6'3", 220.
okay, so he's smaller than me.
What are we talking about here?
Wait, more than 220?
Okay, he's shorter than me and a little bit heavier. Which honestly, we talked about JJ McCarthy fat in the offseason. This is people are asking. But if he did that to your guy,
You're just
you would
grasping.
Be pissed.
You literally need Bob here being
Would
like,
you-
I'm literally grasping at straws.
Would you not be upset if Micah Parsons?
He weighs the exact same as Jordan Love.
Okay, so would you not be upset if Micah Parsons did that to your quarterback?
Well, I mean, yes, but I can also say
That's not
it's
a straw
soft-
man if you say, yes, I
it's
would.
a soft penalty. I can still say it's a
So
soft
you'd get
flag.
mad about it, and it's a soft penalty.
We won't know that.
So
Hasn't
you're
happened.
soft.
That
Is
hasn't
what-
happened.
So we're both soft.
That hasn't happened. We don't know. You're the one. Your
You're
team
saying-
is
but
the
you
one.
just confirmed that you
you
would
were
be upset
leading the
about it.
crusade about banning the tush push.
Yeah.
that's the soft.
That's not because it's like too manly or not manly enough. That's because it's boring ass football to watch.
I don't know.
So anyway, that happened, and that was those two plays were kind of the Jordan Love oopsie-daisy plays.
Yeah.
Other than that, he had a really nice day. He did do the thing again. I know I've talked about this before, where it's 3rd and medium, and they have a play schemed up. And the specific, he did this a couple times, but the one I'm thinking of, they had a play schemed up where it ends up with Kraft running a drag or a slant or something, something across the middle of the field there. That is schemed up, on 3rd and 4 to get 5 yards.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love hikes the ball, takes a little 3-step drop, and goes, fuck it, and just throws it to the end zone, and he almost got it, right? It wasn't a bad throw. It's just not situational football.
No.
I'm like, dude, I desperately need you to get a first down and then do that. I don't
Yeah.
care if you do that on first down.
You know, it's because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for so many
No,
years.
it's the little Aaron Rodgers and the little Brett Favre on his shoulder, no, just get
hero
a,
ball.
get a completion, don't risk throwing an interception. And Brett Favre goes, "You could throw a touchdown right now, though, if you want, and then defraud the state of Mississippi's welfare system."
Yeah.
He's like, what? And then that next part doesn't come till later, but he, it's frustrating, and that is the only part of Jordan Love's game that I go like, dude, please stop doing that.
You know, I can't wait for Aaron Rodgers to defraud California's.
But based on the performance that we had just yesterday, I think we're gonna have to wait a couple of years for that. Maybe it sounds like he still got it.
We will talk about it later.
We'll
but
see.
I will say
Also,
so,
state of California, I think much larger welfare thing. That's a harder system to defraud.
while mentioning that is true. While mentioning,
I don't
with
think
the-
Louisiana
with the
really
Packers,
cares where their money goes.
Honestly, there was nothing flashy I saw on offense. It seemed like
Well, the Lions sold out to stop
yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
they moved the ball efficiently. They hit a couple chunk plays, especially early, but then it was relatively.
There was like a 48-yard pass to Dobbs.
Yeah.
There was like a 20-yard touchdown on a wheel route to Jaden Reed.
it was like some chunks, and
a
then
beauty,
Wicks
an
did
absolute
not drop a
dart
ball?
to Tucker Kraft. Wicks didn't drop a ball. Josh Jacobs still got his touchdown, but you could tell the Lions defensively went in and said, we're going to stop the run. And I think they did that pretty effectively for most of the game until they were just completely gassed and demoralized.
but still holding Josh Jacobs at 3.5 yards a touch.
Yeah.
that's a win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I mean, it's a win in that, but you lost
correct.
massively.
I don't know.
the game.
I don't know what on either side of the ball what the Lions were trying to do. It seemed like they went in and it was the most cookie cutter offense and defense, and there was no. It's so different from what we saw. Like Aaron Glenn,
it was the Jameer Gibbs show on offense.
one. It was a dump off Jameer Gibbs show.
He had 10 receptions.
I mean, I don't know what Jared Goff's ADOT was. I don't think I've seen the passing chart for that game.
Oh, it's probably horrendous.
It's gotta be just awful.
I mean, the Lions got declawed. Like that's what happened
Yeah.
this offseason. Like
They're kitties now.
John Morton is he? Do you know where he came from? By the way,
No.
he was the Broncos passing game coordinator last year. And
Okay.
from what I've said about numerous times, the Broncos, which they didn't look great on offense.
You were not a believer.
No, I'm still not. It was a lot of dink and dunk, stuff along like the line of scrimmage, and then they hit an occasional deep shot to like Mims or Sutton or some
Yeah.
contested catch. And that's what it felt like the Lions were essentially doing. And it was so much of it was just like dump offs, and I don't know. It was Jared Goff, he's already very physically limited.
Well, their offensive line.
Well, they got a
really
massive
did,
blow
it-
interiorly.
Just a
Yeah.
huge step back, I think, in terms of their offensive line talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting harassed. I think the Packers are better than they were last year in terms of pressures, but that again, two things can be true. I think the Lions got much worse, and you could see that all during the game. And Jared Goff is not a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I can ad lib and stuff like that.
fucking not.
He's very much a Sam Darnold. Ooh, I hope nobody breaks through and hits me before I get done with my 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi read.
Wild that you picked Sam Darnold when he went 2-0 against you last year and looked really good.
Because we didn't have a pass rush.
Okay.
And then the one game or the 2 games in the season where he got harassed by the pass rush.
I was told Rashawn Gary
he
is
shit his
really, really
pants.
good, though.
Rashawn Gary's a great second most high-profile pass rusher.
All right.
Lucas Van Ness had like 8 pressures in this game.
Sure.
Yeah, he really turned it up. I mean, last year he was not.
Rashawn Gary, or not Rashawn. So Micah Parsons has said that he took, like he's taking Lucas Van Ness like under his wing. He said, "You're too fast to like be this bad at rushing the passer," which is a crazy sentence, but it's true.
That's honestly kind of scary.
Yeah, and
Like
so
if that works, that's not going to be good for us.
It's not if it does work, and you know, one game, so we'll see. But I did like what I saw from Lucas Van Ness in that first game, and I really like. So the story came out. This can be that kind of our wrap up to this game. If you guys don't have anything,
have one thing, but I'll wait.
Okay,
wait,
so
go ahead.
I heard a story. Micah Parsons said he went up to Penei Sewell towards the beginning of the game because Penei is the right tackle. He predominantly rushes from that side, so he's that's who he goes against the most, and they were getting into it all day.
Brosmer.
And he went to Penei Sewell, and he said, "You're my guy now. I don't have Lane Johnson anymore. I'm not in that division. I don't get to play him twice. I have you. You're my guy now. You better get ready for that shit." And, I mean, he put Penei Sewell in kind of a blender, honestly. Like, Penei Sewell was getting beat inside. He was getting beat outside. Did you watch the game? You're making faces.
I don't know. I didn't feel like he was put in a blender. I saw a couple clips where Penei Sewell was clearly winning the rep, but all right.
That's great. So you're a big Penei Sewell guy, big Lions guy.
I'm just saying, like, it's hard gassing up a guy that had 1 tackle. Like that, and he didn't have a crazy number of pressures either.
sounding terrified right now.
I'm not terrified.
No,
like,
I can see it in your pupils. They're dilating.
It's just funny that like you're really gassing up a 1 tackle performance. But I'm glad you're excited.
When do we play the Vikings?
I'm glad you're excited.
When do we play the Vikings? I'm just curious. I'm just a guy asking questions.
Sure.
All right, Kevin. Well, I've got a question for you.
You have a question? Okay, what is it?
I want to know what your thoughts were on Matthew Golden's performance.
Yeah.
I was whelmed.
Yeah.
He had 2 catches, I think.
He had 2 catches for 16 yards. The one I saw, I was driving back from Illinois, so I was just watching Red Zone, but I saw him have 1 catch, which looked like he ran a pretty decent route.
I mean, he didn't drop a lot of passes. This is something that we saw with the Packers offense last season where it's like spread the ball around central. You look at the box score, I think we had like 2 guys with 3 catches, like 6 guys with 2 catches.
Of 2s and 1s.
And then like 4 guys with 1 catch. Like we had dudes whose name I didn't know.
There was
catching
no
the
one
football.
more than Jaden Reed had 3 catches. That
Yeah.
was the most, and Dobbs had the most with 68, and
How
48
did,
of that was on one
I
play.
got a second question.
Yeah.
How did Bo Melton do? Did he play at all?
I mean, he was out there. If you didn't hear about him, then that means it probably went fine. I mean, he's our 3rd or 4th corner, I think, because Keyshawn Nixon.
I didn't get to
and-
watch the game, but
Yeah,
I was
Nixon and
curious on
Valentine
how
are the
that
2
would've
starting
gone.
corners, and honestly, not great. Those guys probably need to figure something out here. They were the one bad spot on defense.
All right, my last bit before going to awards. Jahmyr Gibbs did make NFL history, so that was good. He had 10 catches for 31 yards, which is the fewest receiving yards in a game where a player had at least 10 catches. So, congrats for
Damn.
the
Way to
NFL record.
control this
Put him
line
in
of
the
scrimmage.
hall, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Okay,
All right, awards.
yeah. With that, I think it's time to get to our awards. So, if you are new to the show, and obviously this is the first time we're doing them this season, we give out weekly awards, and this is where we predominantly talk about the NFC North, the 3 teams that we actually have a vested stake in, but this is where we like to spotlight around the league. So
NFL as a whole exists.
the NFL as a whole exists.
So we like to dip our toe.
We have, the first one's going to be MVP of the week, then it's going to be our Kadarius Toney Award winner, which opposite of, MVP of the week. Was formerly known as the Nathan Pearman Award. Then we're going to go into stock up and then stock down. So we'll kind of you'll pick it up of what you're going here, and obviously you have some rationale of how you want to make that award work. But before we get into that, Awards are brought to you by 10K Takes. You can get merch like these hats here, like right next to me. We have the Skull Dozer. Great new product. If you're a Vikings fan, obviously you're going to like it. Sorry, if you're not a Vikings fan, you probably won't. And then we have, of course, the Gritty hat. You can just go
Buy
to
it just to burn it.
10K. Hey, that's fine. It's your property. You can do
counts,
whatever
yeah.
you want. You can get any of these products at 10ktakesmn.com. Perfect, right in time for the Vikings season this fall. Rep your team as much as you want. With that, MVP of the week. So, Kevin,
So normally we do this by point differential.
and since we're currently at a 0,
Yeah, because we're time
you get to go
traveling here.
first.
So I think I go first. You
Yeah.
go next since you're favored, and
Yeah.
then Dustin.
Sure.
Aren't the Bears favored? I
No,
thought we were 1.5.
I just saw the line. It's 1.5 right now. Vikings.
It has shifted to the Bears now.
Oh, has it?
It was when we
I'm
did it
pretty
last
sure
week.
it's
It was the
Bears
Vikings, though.
1.5.
Oh, it was? Okay,
So-
so Dustin goes second.
Yeah.
Okay. So my MVP of the week goes to Spite because Mr. Aaron Rodgers just lit the fucking Jets on fire. I mean, he took them to the fucking wood chipper. He threw 4 touchdowns. And after the game, he said they asked him if it like meant more to him, beating Aaron Glenn, and he said, "I'm just happy to beat anyone associated with the New York Jets."
Or just the pettiness all time.
Yeah.
It's still there, folks.
But like, I mean, well, did we ever think that it left?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
We thought
so-
maybe marriage could change him a little bit, but
I don't even know if that's real.
we don't know.
No one knows if that's real.
There's no way of knowing.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers just absolutely went nuclear in like one of the weirdest good games of the week. Like nobody looked at Steelers Jets and thought that's going to be all over red zone, and it was.
No, I thought it was
sick.
gonna be, I thought it was gonna be a
crazy.
gross game. I thought the Steelers would win, but I thought it was just gonna be gross.
Yeah,
So I didn't turn on Red Zone until about 1 o'clock when I was driving back up. But by that time, it was already like 19-12 or something. Like it was a weird score.
yeah.
But I was like, geez, they are already that high in points, and everyone else was like struggling just to even get a field goal for a while. I mean, it was a weird week. We had a couple games that were super high scoring, and then
Yeah.
a couple that you could tell it was week 1. Offenses weren't really clicking at all.
Yeah, that's how you usually have it. Like beginning of the year, defense usually wins a lot of these games more than the offense does. It takes the offense a little bit to get going. But yeah,
But
no,
not
that one,
here.
Not there. All right, Dustin, what's your MVP of the week?
My MVP of the week is, oh gosh, this is a guy I don't think we talk about as an MVP very often.
Oh, jeez.
It's Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Dimes.
Minnesota Vikings legend,
Yeah.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't remember when they said the last time this happened in the NFL, but he did something that hasn't happened in a very long time. He scored on every single possession
Wow.
that he had.
Wow.
There was no kneel
Probably
downs.
the first time he done that in his career.
No, well, it hasn't happened in like 30 plus years,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. But
That's
he
crazy.
scored, there was no kneel downs, like nothing like that to end the half or anything. No
Yeah.
victory formation. They scored on every single offensive possession.
Imagine if
that
the
they had.
Vikings had a guy like that
So,
in the
so
building.
you're saying the time with KOC is already paying off for the Colts. So you're welcome, Colts fans. Boss man, you're welcome.
So you guys are like the girlfriend that fixes the guy, and then he goes and marries somebody else.
I mean, yeah, we're the fixers. That's what Kevin O'Connell does.
Hmm.
You're welcome. So, okay.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
I did have that as mine until Sunday night happened, and then it kind of feels silly not just to mention.
Yeah,
Sunday night.
I wanted to zag on those two. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to. So I'm going to give it to Josh Allen just because, the comeback, they did win, and it wasn't like it was just a losing performance.
I
They
heard he
should
didn't
not
do
have
quite
won.
enough.
Is that because
Yeah,
he
he
won
didn't.
the MVP last
So
year over
he,
the guy he played against on Sunday?
Yeah, Lamar should have won last year, but hey, Josh, what a way to start your season! An unbelievable fourth quarter. Went 33 of 46, 394 passing yards, 2 touchdowns in the air, 30 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. I think I saw like a thing on the TV stats saying that was the 7th game he's had 2 rushing and 2 passing, which is an NFL record. So
Yeah.
he just
No, I buy that.
already setting it. So that was and they won. I mean, 41-40. It was
That's
bananas.
It's crazy because we've seen this for a while now with the Bills.
Yeah.
With the Joe Brady offense that they're running, where they just don't let Josh Allen do Josh Allen stuff
Until the
for
fourth quarter.
3 quarters.
I know.
And then they go, "Oh, we're losing by a whole bunch. All right, Josh, go nuts.
Josh, we need you.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, finally, I get to score all my touchdowns."
They scored 22 in the fourth.
Yeah,
That's just bananas.
and it's like if Josh was on a different team with an offensive coordinator that just let him rip,
Yeah.
I don't know what we would see.
Yeah. It'd be crazy. I'm like, what are we doing? Why do you need to try to get James Cook so
like
involved and Ray Davis so involved?
The purest form of purest expression of power is control, Adam. You
know.
can't use Josh until
Seriously.
you absolutely need Josh.
All right, let's get to our Kadarius Toney Award winner. Or do we snake these? I don't even
No,
remember.
we usually didn't snake 'em.
Okay, so what's yours, Kevin?
So my Kadarius Toney, and this is a little bit of a, I don't know. I feel like I'm punching down slightly, but Tua sucks.
Yeah.
Tua's really bad at football.
Yeah, he stinks.
And like we knew that. Like we knew that Tua wasn't good.
no.
Maybe the
we've-
injuries are just catching up to him.
I mean, he just looked lost out there. You know, we
Yeah.
talked about the one side of this game with Danny Dimes looking great. Tua looks just abysmal. He threw 2 interceptions. He did have like a touchdown that was all Achane at the end.
Yeah.
In garbage time, it didn't matter. And it's just like, if you're the Dolphins, what do you do with this guy?
Mike McDaniel is 100% going to be the first coach fired.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
It's bad. It's really bad. I did have like Mike McDaniel and Tua kind of listed as one of my options, but it's
He's
gross.
like, everybody's like minus 500 right now or something. Like he's just, there's no shot that you would even make good money on that bet.
I saw somewhere where it's like Tyreek was visibly upset all game, but that's also because like he's dealing with a quarterback.
They zoomed in
that's-
on him like
yeah.
getting mad.
Like-
Waddle got hurt.
his quarterback
Yeah.
is a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. Like it's just not going to work.
No,
just-
and it's not like it'd be one thing if it's like, ooh, I hope Tua doesn't get hurt because he's doing really well, but he's not. He's having a really bad time, and he might get hurt like, you know, irreparably. I
that's
don't.
like a minus 200 bet.
Yeah, it's bad. So, I mean, that's my Kadarius. I'm sorry, Tua, but I feel bad. I don't get joy out of this, but he just stinks.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, Dustin, your Kadarius Toney Award.
Before I
winner.
give my Kadarius Toney Award, Marlo, can we get that pinned comment off of the board? Whoever said fuck the
it, the
Bears.
the Bears skull.
I think that was the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope.
Oh, yeah.
Pope.
Yeah, no, he's bringing good things to Chicago.
Yeah.
My Kadarius Toney, I'm going with Russell Wilson.
Ah.
I mean, you're playing against the Commanders' defense, which isn't great. You've got weapons. I mean, Malik Neighbors is an awesome receiver. You've got 2 running backs that are serviceable.
Skidaboo.
Like, and you only put up 6 points. Like, this dude was in the MVP talks, not recently, but like
at one
Yeah,
point
like,
in his
how long
career.
has time ago?
for how good he
Let
was,
Russ cook.
how good he was early in his career. Like, you don't normally see a big fall off like that as early as you saw his.
No, it's been a sharp decline. This game made me laugh because you could see the moment when like Malik Neighbors just totally stopped trying.
Yeah.
Because he just got frustrated and was like, whatever, fuck it, I don't
Yeah.
care.
And like he was open. Like you know, there were times where he's like, I got a touchdown right here, and then Russ is like, nah.
It's funny that like teams keep going to him because like he hasn't looked good since he was in Denver.
No.
And then he went to the Jets and Pittsburgh took over the job from Justin Fields after he came back from injury.
Still didn't look good.
Yeah, it still looked
They
like
won
shit.
games and they
after
all just
after
started-
Fields was doing pretty well with them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, just retire, and then a couple of years, you get to go to Seattle. Everyone will cheer. You won super. Like
right?
it's
And
not.
You can still do your Subway commercials if you
Oh,
want.
he's dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah.
the danger witch.
danger
All right,
witch.
Adam, you're Kadarius.
All right, well, those were my top 2, so I'm going with my number 3 option here. But there was still plenty of options. I am giving it to Mr. C.J. Stroud.
Not Younghoe Koo.
And specifically just like watching this offense try to throw a football. We knew that the Texans' offensive line would be issues. Who would have thought that losing Ed Ingram would be such a massive blow to them? That's how you know it's really bad. So I don't know because CJ Stroud looked awesome year one. There were times last year.
There were people on this podcast that ranked him as the 10th best quarterback in the league after that year.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
and
Jordan Love.
And so he was went 19 of 27, 188, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 3 times, for losing 37 yards with those 3 sacks.
Pointing at the 1985 highlights on the TV.
It was a great game.
Do you see?
It's a great game. Yeah, tell him we actually won one.
Yeah,
one.
Can tell me about it. How was the game watching
The
it?
commercials were awesome.
Yeah, I bet. So this one they have weapons. Nico Collins, very good. Jaden Higgins, that's an exciting rookie. Dalton Schultz, he's still running around out there.
Nick Chubb a couple years ago, that would have been
Chubb
cool.
a couple years ago. I
Yeah.
mean, it feels like they, again, like the Lions, didn't really have a plan to get their really good players easy touches, which is what you see teams do. Like you see Kevin O'Connell do it all the time with Justin Jefferson. You see CeeDee Lamb get easy schemed up touches. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
You have good players.
Get them the ball.
It behooves you
Get them the ball.
to get the ball to them at some point.
When you're like, I'm going to throw it 27 times, and only 5 of those are going to, by far, your best pass
Yeah,
catcher.
you're not throwing very often, even though you're losing.
Even though you're losing.
And your running backs are a dead guy, Damian Pierce.
You shouldn't be
another
running it.
dead guy.
You shouldn't be running it as many times as you are throwing it when you're running when that's your running back room.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's tough. So
Oh, very nice.
All right,
I like that.
your
Honorable mention, Younghoe Koo.
yeah. All right. What's your
Shout
stock
out
up?
Branson. So my stock up is going to be me. Because
boy.
it's not about the Packers. It's about the Chargers, who beat the Kansas City Chiefs down in Sao Paulo, Brazil on Friday.
Sure.
And Justin Herbert looked awesome. The Chargers looked awesome. I predicted the Chargers would win that division on this very show, and I'm feeling pretty good about that.
They've never blown anything, right?
No, they have never let me down in catastrophic fashion. I feel better though. Like Dustin, how do you feel about that Broncos pick?
They won. They're 1-0.
Okay, yeah, it's true. They're ahead of the Chiefs right now.
Wins are the number one thing when it comes to playoffs.
The
so.
Chiefs are last in their division currently.
That's
the
crazy.
Raiders
Oh
won.
my God, that's crazy. Yeah. So stock up me. I think I know ball. Dustin.
Okay.
All right, my stock up is going to disrespect.
Oh.
Okay.
So within before the first actual snap of the NFL season, we had two players that one spit on the ground in front of a player.
Yep.
The other spit,
Which we didn't
onto
see
said
until
player.
like hours later. We didn't even get that other footage of Dak spitting. We just see Jalen
To be
Carter
fair,
spitting.
it is not news when an NFL player spits onto the field of play. That happens about 10,000 times.
when you're
every
yelling at a
game.
guy and you spit towards him.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes off as
I still
intentional.
still would place more of the blame on Jalen Carter, but it was
100%.
prime rage bait by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he was.
Jalen Carter's never made a bad decision in his life, Kevin. Come on.
No.
He was very out of character.
He's never exited the scene quickly.
just think
you know?
if he didn't do that, he wouldn't have even been in that game.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true.
Exactly.
So
But I also wanted to mention the whole Lamar Jackson shoving a fan and all that too, because that's pretty funny.
Yeah, and that fan now banned from every Bills game in every NFL stadium. So
wait, on the TV right now, they added up like the Roman numerals for like the Chicago Pope and this year's Super Bowl, and they're trying to like do some like Da Vinci Code with it.
yes, whatever you got to do what you got to do, Kevin.
Let's go.
They have the Pope.
All right, Adam, yours.
All right, my stock up goes to Christian McCaffrey's Cavs. We were worried because on Friday he didn't practice. They broke out the news like right
Thursday
before
he
the
was
Thursday
limited.
game, right before the opening game. They said McCaffrey like limited today in
But
practice.
the 49ers would never withhold injury
and it was
information, would they?
calf.
Especially about his calf.
And so you're like, oh God, here we go. And they didn't practice Friday, and it didn't feel good. Well, apparently he's fine because he touched the ball 31 times for 142 total yards. He appears to be okay.
He's fine.
Full workload back on. I'm sure nothing will happen to him at all this season.
No.
But yeah.
No, fingers crossed.
So stock up his Cavs.
Nice. Let's see. My stock down
Yeah.
is consistency
Uh-oh.
because we need to talk about Patrick Mahomes and what he
No,
does.
no, no. You say it right.
Patrick
There it
Mahomes.
is. Yep.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
So Patrick Mahomes during that game on Friday against the Chargers did his whole scramble out of the pocket, going towards the sideline, and we've had situations where Patrick Mahomes tries to get literally every millimeter he can and ends up getting hit still in the field of play, but gets a flag because the NFL wants to protect him, right? This game, he had a defender let him walk out of bounds, and he trucked him. This guy was not remotely prepared to like take a hit. He was like, I'm escorting you out of bounds, otherwise the league is going to penalize me and I'm going to cost my team 15 yards. And Patrick Mahomes just lowers his shoulder and just throws the guy over.
Question.
That's bullshit.
Question.
That is some bullshit.
I know, but question.
Yes.
If Jordan Love did that, would you think it's such bullshit?
I don't know. I've never seen Jordan Love. When Jordan Love,
would never
when
do
Jordan
that.
Love
All
gets out
right.
of the pocket, both of his ankles immediately
Sure.
break. All right, we got bigger
Sure.
problems with Jordan Love.
It's like a
right now.
newborn deer.
Yeah, he
running
literally
around
he's
out there.
got like the newborn deer legs.
Yeah.
He just and he just falls over. But Patrick Mahomes is now like he's taking it a step further. I was already pissed off at like people hit you while you're still in bounds and you get a call. Now you're hitting people while still in bounds because you know that they won't do anything. And then he like big man the guy and was like, "Yeah, I got you." Fuck Patrick Mahomes. I think I'm fully anti Patrick Mahomes now.
Counterpoint. I think it was cool.
Do you?
Yeah.
Dustin,
It's always
do you
fun
think-
watching
do you
a
think it was
quarterback
cool?
just truck someone. I don't know.
But like,
Yeah,
but the
if
guy
they're-
like wasn't
If
like
the guy's
doing it.
like trying to also truck
Yeah,
him, if
like when Josh Allen trucks somebody, it's real.
I mean, this would be like the opposite of Jordan Love getting hit by Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, that would be
Like,
that,
yeah,
he basically he hit
did
a guy
that.
that wasn't prepared.
Yeah,
But if they were going at it in the middle of the field, yeah, that's awesome.
that
But
would be
that's
cool.
not what happened.
And I think Patrick Mahomes has had physical plays like that in the past. This is not that. This is like the league has put a bulletproof vest around Patrick Mahomes, and
Well,
he is hitting someone else over the head with that vest and
I
going,
think that's why
God,
I
I'm so
don't
cool.
like
I
it
don't
because
I think
hate
it's just
how
Patrick
many
Mahomes
rules
is
there
getting
are
this.
for the
I-
quarterback.
there's like,
Name
and
one quarterback that's done this besides Patrick Mahomes.
I just feel like this is like you're taking a very low hanging fruit, like the fruit's on the ground, and you're just like, this
TJ
is
Edwards
this is
out
me
too.
right here with this. Like I feel like any quarterback gets that type of treatment. Like any star quarterback gets that treatment. That's just how it's been for
But most of the star
forever.
quarterbacks, there's one level, you know what I'm saying, where it's like there's the level of like you can't hit them even if they're still technically in bounds, and whatever. Okay, that annoys me, but at least I get it. Now he's taking that rule and he's like weaponizing it even further. I've never seen a quarterback like lower the shoulder like that on a dude who is letting them walk out of bounds and not killing them. Because that guy could have laid Patrick Mahomes the fuck out. And I hope the next time Mahomes is on the sidelines, it happens.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Well, sure. All right. What we have
The chat is going wild right here.
Yeah.
A 7-10 record, 2-4 in the division, and swept by the stupid Packers.
what is is
Lost
this
tonight.
this guy is saying?
I love the time
gonna
travel
happen?
part of when this becomes a podcast because we'll know.
Yeah, that's true. We will know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my did you give stock down, Dustin? No.
No,
No,
it's
I have
Dustin's
not.
turn.
What's yours?
Mine was
My
too
stock
explosive.
down is kickers.
Yeah.
So I only was
Fucking
able to
kicker.
get the data for
Here's
field
Young Wei
goals,
Koo.
but there were 8 missed field goals.
Hey, there's Patrick Mahomes.
so far in week 1. I know there were more missed kicks, but I didn't do enough research to figure out how many extra points
You
were
didn't
missed.
do enough research?
Dustin didn't do
For
research
this show?
What?
But there were at least 8 missed field goals that I saw.
Go. Okay, good. we have a floor of 8. Could have been more.
It definitely was more. I guarantee
There were a
you
couple
not
extra
every
points
extra
for
point
sure
was
too.
made.
Yeah. I mean, kickers. It was a tough day for kickers. We had Koo. We had. I mean, there were like very meaningful kicks in. I know like the Ravens Bills. There was
Jake
some,
Moody missed a couple for the 49ers.
in Bengals Browns. I think was relevant. Browns guy missed a extra point and a field goal or something.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that would have
Yeah.
won them the game.
Moody was missing kicks again for the Niners.
Yep.
Like it's just it wasn't good.
It's almost like the kicker position. Like there's a lot of skill involved in having a good kicker, and maybe you should put him back into fantasy football leagues.
Yeah, you should, Adam.
I tried to make it be in the flex spot, but Sleeper doesn't let that. Take that up with Sleeper. All right, mine. stock down, I'm putting this. I already mentioned it before. The Bo Nix hype. It took a blow.
Not a bow lever.
It took a blow.
I mean, you got to win quarter. Like
Yeah,
wins
QB
is the
wins.
only QB
Yeah.
stat that's matters.
That's Tom Brady.
Justin Fields didn't get a win. Does he stink?
Yes.
No,
but he lost.
his
Dustin.
defense let him down,
Oh, but he lost. Okay.
and so did Garrett Wilson.
So Bo Nix went 25 of 40 for only 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 8 carries for only 18 yards, with 11 of that coming on just one play. So really 7 for 7.
Nice.
That's not really great. The offense is just not fun. And like we hear it all the time. Like Sean Payton is one of the best offensive minds of this generation. What are we watching here?
I feel like you're just mad that he fleeced you.
Well, I think we're watching Super
there
Bowl highlights.
there hasn't been anything with that. So I don't know. I just feel like Bo Nix he's fine. Just not fun to watch.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting more from Bo. I will back you
Because
up on that.
it's against the Titans, the team that had the number 1 overall pick,
Yeah.
and they're at home.
Famously good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, I picked the Broncos in
That's
my
tough.
company's eliminator, and I was sweating.
that's tough. So I don't know.
All right. Well, now that we're done with segments, I think because we're going to time travel for the podcast portion,
Yeah.
right? But we are going to cut the stream until probably for the next 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll come back and do a week 2 preview just because we'll actually be able to know what we're talking about for 2 of the games. So
Ooh, there's JJ running out.
yeah, running out there. All right.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait! I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited for this game.
I'm
Like-
glad. Oh, he's hugging Ziggy.
Like it's like a hate excited, Like I don't want anything good to happen to either team.
I'm gonna
But
hate
there's
watch.
so many
You're
like
excited to see how
there's so many
shitty both teams
unknowns. Well, no,
are.
because it's like if the Bears come out here and look awesome with Ben Johnson, that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
If JJ McCarthy comes out and looks awesome, that's a problem for me. Maybe they both look like. I hope it's like 3-3. I hope it's like when you guys played the Raiders a couple of years ago at 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick. I don't think it's going to be like that, but. There's Tyson Bagent too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I'm thinking, so normally how we end this show, like on normal weeks, we'll obviously be doing the full next week preview, and then we're going to end with a 2-minute drill, which before we did it where we would each come up with 2 questions, one directed for the other person or one person in here, so we'd each answer 2 questions. This time around, because we have the live aspect of it, we are going to put the onus on you guys to come up with questions and throughout the show, put your questions in chat. Marlo will be able to kind of select the 6 questions that kind of that we're gonna want to answer on the show, and he'll direct 2 of those probably at each of us. It's all up to you guys, so you can cater however you want it to be. I mean, you can
Any part of this show that we can take work off of our plates and put it
We're
onto
gonna
your
do it.
plates, that's what we want to do.
we're gonna do it. So
They're doing a Ferris Bueller graphic on
keep
the
that in
broadcast.
mind because Ferris Bueller was in Chicago. Look at that, John Hughes. So we
He's dancing next to last playoff win 2010.
That's tough. That's tough. So keep coming with your questions. Like I said, we're going to be taking a break from the stream. We'll be back on before kickoff,
Harrison
and
Smith
then
is out.
throughout that, you can still. We knew
That's
this.
like 2 days old
I just
information.
found out.
very old. I said this on the drive over here.
I was not paying attention to you on the drive. over
Clearly
here.
not.
I was trying to put together my segments.
Yeah. So come up with think about some questions, and you can ask them throughout on the stream, and we'll use at least 6 of those, for the 2-minute drill.